Alright, and hello everybody, I'm the Sweeper27, and welcome to the second time I'm having to record this video because I hate OBS, and it crashed as soon as I finished my recording. So I have already beaten the stage one time, unfortunately, so this won't be my first go-through, but I do want to do it again, that way you guys are able to kind of see this event, see what it's really able to offer, bring up to the table. It's actually a pretty difficult fight right here, so if we're looking at the fight, this is Goku right here. It's just a one-phase fight. 100 million HP, 600k normals, and 600k defense. Slightly below average damage reduction, usually like 64, 65 is the average. This guy just has 60, but he makes up for that in other parts of his passive. This guy can be certainly very tricky. Only 6 attacks on a turn, which is low, but he is essentially guaranteed to super because his cooldown is 5. He has a very tricky super attack where it gives you a passive debuff of 50%, and it hits for 2.1 million. And then on top of that, he also has this ability right here, where he gets an extra 5% damage reduction each time you hit him, so he can get up to 60% damage reduction. He gets 50% attack when he's below 50% HP, he gets 10% attack at the start of each turn, and then he loses 10% defense at the start of each turn. So he's very, very tricky. If this fight prolonged for a long time, I could certainly see this guy being like a real threat. You're not able to debuff him in any single way, so your units just have to be very good right out of the gate to be able to like kind of tackle what he's offering. And then for the missions to get all of the skill equipped for the character, which are pretty good, you get a level 8 defense, you get the bronze, it's a 6 crit, 400% defense, and then the gold equip is a 6 additional 600 defense. So I don't know too much about if I would recommend using the gold equip, but the bronze and the silver are actually quite good, especially on a unit who, you know, the standby doesn't have any built-in crit into the passive. So by being able to just give them a little bit of, oh, we're dead. This right here is a loss unless there's no attacks in slot 2 or 3. Spirit Bomb Absorbed Goku is certainly, oh, okay, well, we got a God Run. Now, I have to put Future Gohan into slot 1. I can't do this. Yeah, he has 600k normals. Yeah, no way. Well, actually, these guys get damage reduction per Rainbow Key Sphere, don't they? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. How much damage reduction do you guys get? Is it 7%? Or is it more than that? Yeah, it's only 7% damage reduction. That would give them 21% as opposed to Future Gohan. He just has 80% on turn 1, right? 40% damage reduction for the first 4 turns, 20% damage reduction, plus an additional 20% damage reduction when keys 18 or more. Yeah. So we're going to have to do this. Oh, that's going to take all of their orbs away, though. Yeah, this is probably just an L. We'll just die, and we'll dive right on back in. Well, maybe not, because again, Spirit Bomb Absorbed Goku isn't going to have to take any damage, but by not having one of the brand new Broly movie trio on your first turn, like, that is pretty tricky because they do give so much support. They really do make so many teams, so many different setups feel much more runnable, much more, like, relevant to do. And, like, you can get away running with, like, some fraudulent units. Like, I've seen people using, like, Tech Bardock, Int, Majin Vegeta. Some people are saying that this is like the comeback of the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Like, Truth did a video on him today, and he actually looked really well. And I actually did a run myself up against the Gogeta event, and he did really well in slot 1 until we got to the very end of the fight. Because the end of the fight actually had him die up against Gogeta Blue, where he ate the super attack for like 854,000 damage. Now, mine is only like 55%, but still, I would say that's relatively good tanking for a 55% unit for who's like not at all designed for that. He only has like 30% damage reduction or something along those lines. It's really nothing too spectacular, but even though he died, I do feel like that was very impressive tanking from them. The only thing I'm a little bit hesitant about to say with the trio and say that they are definitively, like, #1 in the game, I still haven't fully made up my mind, because, like, there are certain times where I run them and they do great, and then there's times where I run them in the Gogeta event and they die against the Blue Boys, like the second phase of that fight the other day. After supering, because I was only able to give them the 23 key, because that can happen, even though they create their own orbs, sometimes orbs just don't work out in your favor. They had 23 key, they were able to super first, and they ate a super attack for 540,000 damage, which was way too much for a brand new summonable unit to be taking. And I know you can say all these different things where, like, the orb just wasn't there. I didn't have another unit who I could put into slot 1. And when you're running this team, you kind of have to run full all-out struggle, or at least a majority all-out struggle, because I know for his passive, you have to get to 24 key, and then you have to have either a all-out struggle or a movie hero category ally on the turn, which doesn't sound like that bad, but there's multiple steps there. So for starters, getting to 24 key, like in an instance like this is incredibly easy. I had 2 of them on rotation. They're both creating their own orbs. This is not a problem at all. Boom, right there. Easily got them both 24 key. Now, there are times where if you're wanting to run like a super optimal team, All Out Struggle, I mean, it definitely has units. Like, you have SSBE, you do have like Evokin, but Evokin isn't really that good if you're not in a debuffing fight. Like, this isn't a debuffing fight, and we just saw Evokin right there after launching multiple supers with 21% damage reduction, eat, what was that, 854,000 damage? It's funny, that's the second time I've said that number this video so far. That's actually a little bit miraculous. But like, units can certainly get caught that are on the team. And if you want to run some of the more meta units like Gogeta, he's on like the full category, but he isn't on, what's it called? He's on an all-out struggle. He is on the 200% because he's on Super Saiyans. So if you wanted to keep Gogeta on the rotation, then you always have to have a constant flow of rotating all-out struggle units. Like, that's why we're running like Future Gohan. Future Gohan, he's certainly still like a pretty decent option. Like, he's not bad by any means. He is just certainly buffed that much more now that he has all this extra support flooding around him. But he's still not like a top tier unit by any means. He's gonna probably be like a really good floater on this team, I would say. SSBE can certainly stay in rotation, but if you want to run a unit like Tech Ultimate Gohan, Tech Ultimate Gohan isn't on the category, so he always has to be a floater, and that actively hurts him because he is a stacker. So he's not very great on this team, even though you do get all like the passive buffs or whatever. That is a unit who wants to get his greatly raised defense, his greatly raised attack. He can also debuff the enemy with all of his super attacks, so by always having him in slot 3, his damage isn't going to be too impressive, and potentially his defense won't be too impressive. So there are a couple of issues when it comes to like team building with this, but if you're able to consistently give them the 24 key, the support that they're able to offer the entire team is pretty insane. This might just be death again, unless he supers in slot 1, but if he does in slot 1, I don't actually know if Tech Ultimate Gohan could survive this. He does have the double support. What is your defense right now? 300k. I mean, he has 30% damage reduction and guard. I feel like we're probably just dead here. Yeah, dude, Tech Ultimate Gohan, man, he takes so much damage. He is still really, really good. He is really, really good. And again, I haven't actually used the brand new Int Broly, and I'm actually pretty intrigued to use the new Int Broly. I've had him link level 10 for like the longest time. I'm gonna do, I don't know if you guys would necessarily want to see like a showcase video for him. I know I'm not Truth. I'm not like Garesh or Minato, Celtic Link. I'm not like any of these people, but I feel like a showcase would maybe be fun. I used to do those back in the day, or I used to do like team versus team or character versus character. Those videos were always really fun. I don't know how I would record those now that I'm not just screen recording. I actually have like a recording setup. I don't know how I would do. I mean, I guess I could just make a whole new scene on OBS. Did I mention that I hate OBS and then it crashed on me mid-recording? I love when that happens. Dude, OBS sucks. People say it's like the best, and it probably is the best, like when it comes to recording and streaming or whatever, but God, if this is the best, there are no good options. I hate OBS, man. OBS, fix your product, please. Please, please, please. How many supers have they launched here? Could we potentially kill this turn? No, don't super. Hey, we're good, we're good, we're good. You know what we could actually do here? We can pop this standby, put these guys into slot 1, and we can be completely safe. I don't want to risk anything, because again, this guy, now that he's below 50% HP, he's having all of his extra buffs. So he's having roughly, so he has an extra 30% attack because we're on turn 3, 50% because we're below his 50%, and then if we got tagged by a super, we're passively getting debuffed by 50%. I'm not going to mess around with that because he is definitely going to super in slot 1 since he didn't super on the last turn. He actually didn't, so I didn't have to be worried about that, but I'm glad that we played that safe than sorry. SSBE is going to be able to wrap it up here. Now, like I said, I did already beat this video or beat this event in a prior video, and OBS crashed on SSBE? Hello? What the fuck? My guy, I know I didn't get you to 24 key, but that was pitiful. Oh my god, do not let Future Gohan die. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know how embarrassing that'd be if he actually did end up dying? I would be a little bit embarrassed. But, like I said, I already beat this event on the last video, so you guys aren't going to be able to see me collect the missions, but you already saw that I had the clear stage with this team. You know that I was able to do it. I just showed you me doing it again. Did it no item. So the missions to do it is just beat it once, beat it with no item, and then beat it with a full rainbow team, one of every single type. And then you do actually get some pretty powerful skill equips out of it. Like, let's go ahead and actually just pull up what this, what they are so I can show you guys. So the exclusive, can you pull up exclusives on here? Is that a thing you can do? Or level would be a smart one. Because we can go all the way down here to the bottom. Yeah, so right here, for their bronze equip, you can give them 800 defense. I probably will equip that. And if we go down here again, they have 6 crit and 400% defense, and I can't pull this one up, but it's 6 additional and 600% defense. I would say the bronze and the silver are really good. This is a unit who really doesn't do much with additional. They already are doing so many additionals in their passive, and they're not getting defense. They are debuffing, so if you're up against like a really strong debuffing boss, yeah, additionals would be nice. But I think for the most part, you want to go like full crit on this unit. Secondary, probably raw stats, and then third, I would go dodge. So I don't actually have any grievances outside of the fact that I already put some pretty good skill equips on these guys, and you can see they aren't exclusive skill equips. So having to give up a 3 crit, 4 dodge is gonna hurt. But I think ultimately if I want to run this character at its peak performance, I think I do want to get rid of... Well, maybe I can keep it like this since he is 55%. I don't know, man. Those skill equips are really good. They are really good. I probably will end up changing them. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this fight. Let me know what you think about the skill equips. But that is going to be all for this time, guys. I've been the SweetBro27. I'm a variety Twitch streamer and an up-and-coming PNG YouTuber trying to make it big in the world. I have a Twitter, a Twitch, a TikTok, and a YouTube, the links to which can all be found in the description of this video. And while you're down there, don't forget to like, subscribe, share me around, and leave me a comment. Positive, negative, or indifferent. I would love just any sort of interaction I can get from you guys. But that's going to be all for now. So, as always, I've been the SweetBro27, and I am signing off.